Yeah. Oh, hello. Sorry. God, blimey. Yeah, we just... I know, it's terrible. We just nipped out for a quick pint, and that's what happens when you do. Anyway, we are the Chelsea FanCast. I am Stanford Chidge, and my brain is fudge because I drank too much yesterday. And I think you've seen the evidence of that for the last hour and a half.
No, you're doing very well.
I am doing very well. Pablo is to my left, and Jonathan Kidd is to my right. And the ball-juggling Ross Mooring...
I'm not doing any ball juggling.
He's not doing any ball juggling. Show us your hands, Ross. See, there we go. He's not doing any ball juggling. He is Ross Mooring, and he's a legend. And I've got my lovely benches over there who have been brilliant. And I actually there for the benches because they have been, you know, I have to say, you know, without the Chadmeister on the benches with them, they've come into their own somewhat. I think they've
sparkled.
They have sparkled. Now, of course, what Chadder does, and mate, if you are watching or listening, I generally hope you get better soon because I know you're not well today and. In fact, I hear you've lost your voice, which is very sad. So hopefully you'll be fine and back with us next week. But what, of course, Chadder does on this bit of the show, which is called You're on CFFC, is that he basically gets in all of your questions if you're, you know, in the live web chat on Mixlr or if you're on Twitter or whatever. And then we answer those questions. Now, if you want to do this, it's very, very simple. All you have to do, if you want to be on the live web chat, you go to mixlr.com/Chelsea-fancast. Or you can get in touch with us by email, chelseafancast@gmail.com, or of course you can do this on Twitter, and you can follow us @ChelseaFancast, and you get your questions in. There is another way to do it, and we love this. We love this. We can get people to phone us up on ye old Skype, and we are chelsea.fancast on Skype. But if you do get hold of us on Skype, you can ask us a question, and we can see you asking us, and we love that. Have we got a Skype call, boys? No Skype calls. So, you know, we haven't got one at the moment. So you could actually keep trying now. Dial that number, as they say on the radio. You know, punch those keys, man. Anyway, in the light of no Skype calls as yet, we have some questions.
We do have some questions. The first of which is from Charlie Wright, who says, who would you like to play and who would you like to avoid in the Champions League knockout this season?
Oh, I know. But I'll wait for the others if you want. What do you reckon?
Well, avoid?
Who would you like to avoid and who would you like to play?
But obviously you'd like to avoid Barca.
Barca.
We're not seeded in any way in this stage.
Well, I think
we don't play anybody from England, obviously.
No.
If we win the group, we face runners-up.
That's runners-up, isn't it?
So, so if we win the group, we will avoid any of the English boys and any of the decent sides.
Yeah,
that's the argument, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think ultimately Real Madrid, you don't want to go anywhere near them, because I think they're on a roll at the moment with Bale playing out of his skin.
I can't see us avoiding Madrid one way or another this season, to be honest.
Well, that's where my little preference. I want desperately to have Napoli because I want that fat fraud back at Stamford Bridge.
You nearly said something bad.
I did nearly say something very, very bad. Duck, I think it might have been. Anyway, I want that fat fraud back at Stamford Bridge so I can personally abuse him just one more time.
Well, they need to.
And then see our team thrash them within an inch of their lives.
They need to hammer Arsenal.
I was going to say that they might not get through.
They need to hammer the arse to get through, do they?
Well, because, it might be one club as finishing on 12 points doesn't get through from that.
Ross is on fire tonight. He's giggling like a schoolgirl. Sorry,
No, I'm going to say, because it might be that all three of them end up with 12 points.
Well, yeah, with a bit. I mean, Arsenal might not get through, in fact, which would be quite funny, wouldn't it? Yeah. I would love to play Napoli. So that's who I would like. Yeah. Who I would like to avoid, Bayern Munich or Barcelona, because they're basically at the moment... Well, Bayern certainly are the best side in Europe, I think.
Atletico Madrid's another one.
Yeah, they're pretty good. There's some good teams out there.
Juve would be tricky as well.
Juve would be tricky.
They're going to finish second, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'd have to say that I do trust Jose, though. I think he's terribly good at dealing with those situations with the top clubs.
Yeah, but I mean, you know...
But the advantage
tactics.
of...
Like that old advert for beer, this team is just not ready yet.
The advantage of finishing top of your group means that you play away from home in the first leg as well. So.
Yes. We've got to finish top, so we've got to do Steuer, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we will. So there we go. That's an excellent question. Charlie, top question. Like that one. Got another one?
Yeah, from Zuriel on Mixlr as well. Is Jose focusing on the Premier League rather than the Champions League, even though he's publicly saying that Chelsea are focusing on every competition?
I think he is focusing on every competition. I'm not getting the impression that he's favouring one above the other. I think he's going to put out weaker teams to play in the Carling Cup.
I think he's probably ball juggling with the side at the moment.
I think yes.
I
Sounds
agree.
good in a French accent as well, by the way.
What does?
Ball juggling.
Ball juggling.
Yeah.
Okay, there's variations on this theme.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But he is, to be fair. I mean, I know we were having a joke, but, Jose likes to win. And I don't think Jose cares what he wins, as long as he's winning something. So I think you'll see, Jose will try and win the League Cup. Jose will try and win the Premier League. He will try and win the Champions League. And he will try and win the FA Cup. In a perfect world, a perfect storm for Jose is to win all 4. That's what he likes to do. Yeah. He likes to win. So in order to win, he will do everything that he can, which means he will either, rotate the squad to keep them fresh, or he'll play his best, what he sees as his best 11. Jose will do whatever it takes to win.
Getting the impression he's taking his, we're not getting the impression he's taking his foot off the pedal in any way, in any competition at all.
Who else? This is Zuriel, isn't it?
It is Zuriel, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Zuriel, I think this is a very interesting point, because, as you were no doubt listening before the break, and we were, making it pretty clear what I thought of people who would like Benitez back. But if you had Benitez back, then you would see what you're saying going on, because that's what Benitez does and did. He prioritises competitions. So, usually ones that are in Europe that make him win a trophy to make him look like a decent manager when everybody knows. In fact, there are actually people who are yet to be discovered in the Amazon rainforest who know that he is a fraud. But he will go and win a European trophy and then put it on his CV, because now he ain't going to be Dutch, isn't he? I'll put it on my CV.
Yes, that's right.
Rafa Benitez, and I munch garlic, or whatever. I mean, I just hate the man. Loathsome fraud of a manager.
It's more tapas than garlic, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you put a gun to Jose's head, he'd probably say the Premier League, just because I think...
I'd like to put a gun to Rafa's head.
Yes, I know you would. But I think
he made a statement today about being happy to finish, was it yesterday? Happy to finish in the top 4.
Who?
Jose.
Well, he has to finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
But I think the Premier League is probably an easier competition to win based on the quality of opposition than the Champions League will be. Yeah,
I agree, Ross. I think, there are some phenomenally good sides. Barcelona aren't as good, I don't think, this year. I don't think they're not doing so well.
They only lost their first 2 games in the last week.
They don't look the side that they have done.
Messi hasn't been playing.
They don't look the side they have done. I think Real Madrid, under Carlo, they know how to win. They look a good side. Bayern Munich, even though we matched them toe-to-toe in the Super Cup, I think they're a very good side. I'm surprised by Dortmund, because they got absolutely,
Yeah, it'll be
when Arsenal won that trophy the other week, when they got a trophy for beating Borussia Dortmund, of course.
Winning a match in Germany.
That's right, winning a match in Germany.
Heroic.
Apparently they were the first English side to win a match in Germany. No, they weren't. But I think Dortmund are a good side.
Yeah,
Klopp's a great manager.
For me, actually, Atletico Madrid's my main
you mentioned this, yeah.
Quality
and they've got
season.
Diego Costa.
Yeah, can't stop scoring.
No, makes good coffee as well, I hear.
as well.
You what? Sorry, benches.
PSG as well.
PSG.
Yeah.
So I could do that in a Dutch PSG, can't I?
It wouldn't be relevant, though, once again, because they're French.
I was thinking of PSV.
PSV.
PSV. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, Dan, I'm going a bit... I told you, this is going to be like this all night, because we're not in the right frame of mind to be doing a show. We should be taken off air or given more beer. I don't mind which. So, Dan, PSG, you rate them?
Yeah, no, good side.
Can we see the benches when we're talking to them? Be nice. Hang on.
Good side. I think they've got a feeling players like Ibrahimovic, Mavetsi. Good side. I think
They spent a lot of money, haven't they? And they want to win. They clearly want to win. So they're a threat.
But you've got to beat everybody. To win the cup, you've got to beat everybody.
Well, you do, and that's the beauty of the Champions League, which is a tournament I absolutely love. I mean, look. You know what? What would make me happy this year is that that we clearly, if we get somebody really ropey in the round of 13 or round of 32 or whatever they call it. 13? Where did that come from? Anyway, the next round, OK? Let's say we get somebody rubbish. I would be very cross if we get dumped out by somebody rubbish. That would be poor. I would be happy if even if we got Bayern in the next round and we didn't get through. If we gave them a bloody nose and we got mugged off a bit, I'd settle for that. I would be happy if we went to something like the quarter-final or semi-final and lost gallantly or bravely. I would be happy with that, I
mean, with a cup competition, it's always one game at a time.
You need a lot of luck. I think you need a lot of luck in any competition, but you really need a lot of luck in the Champions League.
He is a terrific manager in the Champions League, Jose Mourinho.
He is.
Because Inter Milan were not a great cup-winning side, and he managed to make
Well,
them
he-
into a...
I think he
well,
did
he created a team for the occasion. He made them... They cheated their way through
He did.
against
They did.
us.
What's it? Walter Samuels. And his,
Yeah.
because he used to play for the All Blacks.
And what was it? And Macon, the fullback who every single time he got tackled, fell over and claimed a foul.
That was classic Jose. But then you could say that he did very well when he won us the Champions League in 2012. Arguably, that was his team.
Same team.
Exactly. I think we should move on to another question.
Yep, sure. From the Edgar on Twitter, and given that it's December, it's quite appropriate now. Do you think that January will see a statement of intent from Jose with transfers and beginning to build his team?
Blimey, Ross.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure Jose will be in charge of transfers, but I think if he's got his say, which he certainly does, he'll be asking for a central midfielder. Maybe a striker as well, because personally I think we're lacking in that area of the park. But I'm sure Jose must think the quality in the side it needs a bit of improvement. And if he wants to, try different formations, 4-3-3 or whatever, we will need at least one more midfielder anyway.
But I think it'll be if it's that case, it'll have to be a marquee signing, and it depends who's available. I don't think there'll be many people available. I think. I can't think who. Nobody springs to mind particularly.
Well, they'd have to be available
to play in the Champions League. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, isn't it, that one? I mean, this is why it's very difficult to buy in the January transfer window, because, it's very unlikely that you're going to get anybody really decent or value for the money and really decent, because actually anybody who's decent is going to be playing in the Champions League. And, you want to be you want to get somebody who can help you win the Champions League, so...
There are exceptions. I mean, David Luiz is one.
Unusually so. Yeah, that's very, very true. What did I hear the other day? It's things like Levin. We do need a striker, and I mean, you say a defensive midfield player, central midfield player.
Well, someone. I mean, whether it's just extra legs or actually someone talented
Can we
enough
just buy somebody's legs for Frank or something? We don't have to. We don't need all of you. We just need your legs. That'd be fair enough, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'll be behind that.
Interesting.
They can attach them to him, and
interesting ball juggling going on there. I think that would be.
Yeah.
We've got a very good medical
4 into
department.
2 don't go.
They'd be able to do the surgery.
They would. We can rebuild him. Weird. Anyway, look, he's also said, I think this is a more relevant point, is that he's also said, although this could be typical Jose diversionary tactics, but he said we're not adding to the squad in January, we're certainly not buying a striker, we're going to end up playing with the 3 that we've started the season with, which is Torres, Barr and Eto'o. But
I mean, if you say you're looking to buy, then everyone gets on alert, the rumours start and the prices go up. So,
and I think to the club's credit, to the club's credit, they've actually seemed to have put their foot down recently and refused to be mugged off. They will pull out of deals if they sense that they're getting mugged off. And actually, I'm all for that. I don't think we should have the mickey taken out of us in the transfer market. Just because Roman's got a few quid to spend, I don't think we should. I think all power to their elbow for that. But that aside, I mean, it's interesting. I don't think we're going to really get anybody in January. But do you think we will?
I genuinely don't know, but I think
Who would
we'll
you
definitely
like?
be in the market for.
Who would you like?
I don't know, because you'd have to really look at Champions League squads and see. Teams that aren't in the Champions League.
Yeah, this is the trouble. We're not going to be able to get anybody that we actually really like. I'd quite like Lewandowski, or even Diego Costa.
They could be. There could be sort of a squad player, sort of a Demba Ba type signing from a team who aren't in the Champions League. Even someone on loan.
There's also the possibility of players leaving.
Going out?
Yeah.
Would you really think that Mata and Luiz will go? Because that's who we're talking about.
No, Luiz potentially, possibly. I don't think Mata will. De Bruyne almost certainly will go out on loan.
Yeah. Well, that's no great miss.
But there may need to be a replacement in for him. That's Piazon back maybe or something.
There's another interesting theory that was I was being told the other day, of course, and that's that what about Falcao, who's apparently not massively happy at Monaco, and of course they're not competing in the Champions League.
Well, there's still an absolutely massive buyout on him, and I'm pretty sure he's third-party owned, which kind of complicates things.
It depends what happened, I think, with the French league and the courts over there, because Monaco and a bit, there's this tax thing coming in as well. So
see, this is what worries me about both you and Pablo. You have way too much knowledge.
What was even better was on a show on European football on BT Sports a couple of weeks ago.
Geek alert.
They had Joe Cole talking about French tax laws, which I thought was absolutely
They had
fantastic.
Joe Cole talking about French tax laws. Are you sure it wasn't Joe Cole talking about French taxi laws?
No, 100%.
That'd be more appropriate. Blimey. I think we should have another question. We got time for another question? We've got no more Skype, have we? Yeah, good. All right, time for another question.
One for Jonathan from at CFC_1993 on Twitter. Does Jonathan think we should buy back Kalou?
Oh, what a rotten question. Love it. He's off. He's off. Yes?
One-footed.
I like Kalou.
Oh, no! Why?
Because his shorts fell down when he was playing football, and it used to make me laugh.
Well, whenever they fall down.
Yeah,
I
that
missed
hilarious
this.
picture when he went in that slide tackle and his shorts just completely down. It's the kind of thing that makes me laugh.
The guy was so ludicrously one-footed and
He was.
incompetent.
He did though, possibly. I mean, I think it's easier to love people with hindsight, isn't it, Jonathan? But, and laugh about these things. But I was right behind the goal when he probably did the worst miss
the FA Cup
ever.
final
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
That's the one. We were standing next to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, the laws of gravity defy what he did. You could not miss that goal. If he'd have just stood there and let it hit him, that ball would have flown into the net. But no, he kicked it from a yard out and managed to get it over the bar. I mean,
However,
I love the man.
he did play well in the Champions League
He
final.
did, as they all did.
As you all did. They
all
so
did.
It
The
sort of
swinger, I
muted
guess.
my hatred, really. So
Yeah, I know. I don't think there's actually. I really don't think there's any Chelsea player that I've ever actually hated.
No, hate's the wrong word.
Hate's a
just
strong word,
dismayed
isn't it?
that he was
Slavisa
kept in the team
Jokanovic.
because of
I didn't even hate
his
him.
incompetence. There were some people that I've despaired of being picked under. Particularly Ranieri, for example, used to pick De Lucas and
Kike.
and
I liked him. He had
Jokanovic.
mad hair.
Yeah, but mad hair
Jokanovic, I hate.
Mad hair
I nearly
isn't enough
said
to
it.
get you
I
into
nearly
the
said
Chelsea
it.
first team.
Yeah.
Mad hair. If I had mad hair, and I'd love to play for Chelsea if that was the reason.
You have got mad hair.
Have I? Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's not going to get me into the Chelsea first team, but
You would have done it in the 70s.
I had very similar haircut to Alan Hudson, actually,
Yeah.
in the 70s, yeah. But, so no, I just never understood why he kept being given a contract, or even he kept being selected.
Well, he was free.
It was our only signing that summer.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I
We
love.
didn't have any money, though,
Yeah,
did we?
exactly. But I kind of got a lot of love for Kike De Lucas because we said this on the show before, but I actually remember being really excited.
Yeah, I was as well,
I mean,
yeah.
this wasn't that long ago. I mean, this is just about pre-Roman, and there was I excited that we'd actually signed somebody for free, and that was the only signing we'd made. It was Kike De Lucas.
He scored a couple of 30-yarders for Espanyol. So
He didn't do anything like that for
no,
us.
he
certainly
He was
didn't.
rubbish for
You
us.
could tell the rest of the players really didn't want to play with him either.
Yeah.
I remember Petit holding his head in despair when he
Yeah,
played
but I
against
mean, he
Arsenal and
can't
missed an open
talk.
goal.
I think Petit was absolutely rubbish for us.
But he had a pedigree, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Pedigree chum, more like.
No, there were moments where he held some good positions, good tackles. Petit, no, he was never the same
Trouble is,
standard.
I always hated Petit because he was from Arsenal, and I never consigned.
I don't think you were being discerningly objective as you ought to.
No, I
be.
wasn't.
No,
What
at
about
all.
your opinion on Winston Bogarde?
Don't bogart the man, be a pal, and send him home, I think, would be my thing. But, I mean, what an awful player. And actually, when it comes to hate, he would be very
We didn't
close.
really see him play enough. He didn't really.
Yeah, but he sat on his 40 million, didn't he?
of
Just
course he
refusing
did.
to play and just being horrible.
I remember when he played against Leicester at home and we lost 2-0 and he was absolutely dreadful. So dreadful that Stan
How many
Collymore
games did he?
scored.
How many games did that must have been dreadful then? How many games did he play for us,
I
Ross?
think 7.
He played that many.
Yeah.
Good
A
grief.
couple of substitute appearances probably.
I just wished that he. I mean, was Bogard around when Emerson Tome was around?
I think he was almost
Wasn't he the replacement for? I was going to
yeah.
say, what a shame, because I think that Emerson Tome would probably have killed him on the training pitch for being the lazy a-hole that he was.
Our first Brazilian.
He was. He was definitely my first Brazilian. Yeah. But. And what? What are you giggling? You're giggling like schoolgirls
With the
tonight.
Brazilian, you'd have to juggle your balls a bit, wouldn't you? If you were
Oh, I
doing-
see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
So stop it.
I might leave, you know.
I think you might have to. Yeah. I think we're all going to. Well, no, we're all agreed we're going to leave and just leave Jonathan on our own. And very sadly, we've been prattling along. I've actually enjoyed this a lot. This has been a lot more relaxed and like a we don't care anymore kind of bit.
Do you think you've contributed to this by getting very, very drunk last night?
I'm going to basically make sure I get absolutely wrecked the day before.
Every time?
Yeah, all of us were going to get wrecked the day before.
Apart from me.
And we'll keep you... No, I like you. We should have you on here every week, Jonathan. I laugh far more and it's much more fun. Is it time to go to a break yet, Greg? OK, let's go. We'll see you in a minute.